Okay, so I guess we'll get started. Good afternoon. Welcome back. Everybody had a great summer. Let's go on item number 1A, approval of the minutes of the meeting of June 6, 2011. May I have them?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nays, abstentions, the motion carries. Item 1B1, New York City College of Technology, BS in Mathematics Education.
Okay, this program provides initial certification in secondary mathematics education. It takes an innovative approach to teaching pedagogy by making most of the pedagogical courses specific to mathematics education. The program also requires students to study an additional discipline in which there are strong mathematical applications, capitalizing on the college's strengths in architecture, computer engineering, technology, and physics. This program will assist in increasing the number of secondary mathematics educators from underrepresented groups. Okay.
Any comments from the school? Any questions? If not, I'd like to move the item. May I have a second, please?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nays, abstentions, item carries. Item number 1B2, Queensboro Community College, New York City College of Technology, AAS and BS AD in Technology and Career and Technical Teacher Education.
Okay, this is a dual joint degree. It's a partnership formed between these two institutions by establishing this dual joint degree. And I should explain that dual means that 2 degrees are involved, and joint means that 2 institutions are involved. And this particular dual joint degree will offer students who complete one of several technology tracks at Queensboro Community College the opportunity to explore an additional career path beyond direct employment in their profession. The program meets the academic requirements for both initial and permanent certification as a career and technical education teacher in New York State. It builds on the strength of Queensboro Community College's strong technology offerings and the expertise of New York City College of Technology, which has over 10 years of experience in preparing teachers in this field. I should also note that this is the first of 2 dual joint degrees that are on today's agenda. Dual joint degrees are ones in which students are essentially accepted for both degrees simultaneously and at both institutions, assuming that they maintain a certain level of academic performance throughout. Dual joint degrees guarantee the well-performing associate degree student acceptance into his or her chosen baccalaureate program. Such degrees are highly beneficial to associate degree students, and they guarantee an associate degree student admission into a particular baccalaureate program.
Okay, any discussion, questions? If not, let's move this item. May I have a second, please?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Nays, abstentions? Okay, item carries. Item 1B3, BMCC John J. ASBS in Accounting for Forensic Accounting Economics.
Okay, so this is another dual joint degree. And in this case, there's a growing demand in entry-level employment for individuals with an interest in detecting fraud in financial reporting. This partnership program builds on an established accounting curriculum at BMCC, which will provide the fundamental courses in the discipline. Graduates of the BMCC portion of this program will be prepared to take advantage of John Jay's expertise in the law by pursuing John Jay's existing forensic financial analysis track in the economics major. Enrollment in this dual joint program will allow BMCC's accounting students to focus their professional research and goals much earlier in their college career than if they were enrolled in a standalone associate's degree program.
Very worthwhile program.
Yes.
Very timely, too.
Yes, we need this.
Questions? Discussions? If not, let's move the item.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstentions? Item number 1B4, Hostos Community College, AS in Police Science.
All right, an associate's degree in police science is an excellent preparation for a career in law enforcement or in protective services. Although this program will fulfill the educational requirement for entry into the New York City Police Academy, this is not a training program. This is an academic degree administered by Ostos Community College's Department of Behavioral and Social Science, in which students will study the fundamentals of criminal and constitutional law and will be exposed to a rich general education curriculum. Ostos has signed an articulation agreement with the Law, Police Science, and Criminal Justice Administration Department at John Jay College, which will provide a path into their Bachelor of Science in Police Science degree program for Ostos students, should those students decide to pursue a baccalaureate degree. You may be wondering why John Jay, CUNY's College of Criminal Justice, is not itself offering this degree. A few years ago, after intensive study and planning, John Jay decided to cease offering associate's degrees and to focus on degrees ranging from the baccalaureate through the doctoral levels, which is quite a broad range in and of itself. There was then a need at CUNY for one of our colleges to offer the AS in police science or police studies, and Ostos Community College is now offering to fill that gap.
Questions, discussions? Not? Karen, you're just in time to vote for it.
Yes, and I support
Okay.
this.
Okay.
It's exactly as the Vice Chancellor described. I apologize. I
Mhm.
just came from
No.
John Jay
Okay.
on a
Okay.
Wednesday schedule,
All right.
the Monday schedule, so
Okay.
please forgive me. But yes, we completely support this. This is a smart move by Ostos, and we look forward to revising our bachelor's in police science, at which time the 2+2 programs could be begun, the partnerships. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on this item. May I have a motion, please?
So
So
moved.
moved.
All those in favor? Nays, abstentions? Item carries. Now is the item number one, item number two, informational item, report by Executive Vice Chancellor Alexander Rowe.
Okay, first I'd like to update you on admissions for this year, fall 2011 admissions. CUNY received a record number of applications for fall 2011 admissions, including more than 20,000 applications from students with high school GPAs of greater than 85. Enrollment is again up this year, and in fact more than we expected. Our initial results show that total headcount will be about 269,000 students, which is an increase of about 2.7% compared to last fall. And total student FTEs, full-time equivalents, which show how many full-time students would be needed to generate the classroom enrollments that we have, are up about 3%. The fact that FTEs are up more than headcount is a good thing, because it means that on average, individual students are taking more credits. Such behavior is predictive of higher retention and graduation rates. It means that more students are basically going full-time as opposed to part-time, so this is good. Total CUNY student enrollment is up, as I said, and undergraduate enrollment is up, but graduate enrollment is slightly down. We will be looking in more detail as to what is the cause of that. We believe it's due to a decrease in enrollment in the teacher education programs and maybe also in the MBA. In the case of teacher education, as everybody knows if you've been reading the news for the past several years, the Department of Education in New York City has been but there have been problems with the positions for teachers in the New York City Department of Education. They have not been hiring like they have in the past, and there just aren't as many jobs for new teachers. So it's not surprising that fewer people would want to enroll in those programs. In terms of the MBA, there appears to be a national trend this year in lower enrollment in MBA programs. I will note that we are concerned that 9 colleges had FTE increases of greater than 3%. which is a lot to grow in 1 year, and so we're going to be having some discussions with those colleges. So that's the first item. The second item is an update on the Pathways Initiative. Last June, the Board of Trustees passed a resolution to ease transfer throughout the system, containing provisions for the transfer of general education, major and elective courses, which is known as the Pathways Initiative. Since then, we have been strictly following the directives of that resolution, and what we did was to first constitute the steering committee for this work, and that is chaired by Law School Dean Michelle Anderson, and it consists of 11 faculty, 2 campus-based administrators, and 2 students. This committee will steer the process of recommending a structure for the 30-credit CUNY Common Core to the Chancellor by December 1st. We then constituted the working committee, which is assisting and working with the steering committee, and that consists of 36 faculty, 1 campus-based administrator, and 2 more students. So it's a total of 47 faculty who are involved so far. The steering committee has met twice on its own so far, and the steering and working committee had a combined all-day retreat on Friday, August 26th. Both committees will be meeting many times more before December 1st. Dean Anderson plans to have a draft of the 30-credit Common Core ready for comment by the entire CUNY community by November 1st, with comments due back by November 15th. The Pathways website has been revamped to have upfront extensive information about the current Pathways work. For example, it now contains a list of the steering and working committee members, as well as their meeting agendas and summaries of their meetings. Everything we're doing is up on that website. And there's a place also on the website for people to send in comments. The next part of the process to get underway will be the piece concerning the largest transfer majors. This piece will be chaired by Graduate Center President Bill Kelly. The resolution directs us to establish faculty predominant committees for these majors, and then for these committees to decide on the first 3 to 6 courses that students must take CUNY-wide to lead into that major. We're in the process of soliciting nominations. I should say we're starting the process of soliciting nominations for these committees. The next topic I want to cover is the 2012-2016 Master Plan, CUNY Master Plan. The New York State Board of Regents requires us to do a master plan every 4 years. We've begun the process for the next one, which will cover 2012 to 2016, and is due in Albany this coming June. I've written to the UFS Executive Committee and the President's and the Chancellor's Cabinet members to solicit their views regarding what should be in the master plan. We have received instructions from the New York State Board of Regents regarding what should be in the master plan, but the instructions were really broad enough to encompass everything we would like to put in it, and so we can basically do the master plan as we wish. The master plan will certainly continue the last master plan's discussion about the structure of CUNY, how much should be done CUNY-wide, and how much should be done by individual campuses. The Pathways Initiative and CUNY First are 2 current examples of that discussion. Technology will also be a major theme. How to use it more effectively to benefit our research, teaching, and administrative functions. So that's basic, and there will be multiple opportunities throughout the year for the CUNY community to have input, get feedback on what we're doing with the master plan. The last point I want to mention is the goals for the coming year for my office, the Central Office of Academic Affairs. Each summer, my office sets its goals for the coming academic year. As a group, we decide what those goals should be, their success indicators, and the office members who will be working on these goals, including which person will lead the work for each goal. We then put all this information in a chart up on the Office of Academic Affairs website so that everyone will know what we're working on and who's doing what. We encourage participation in our work from all quarters. Anybody wants to help us with anything, we'll take you up on it. To further increase the transparency of this work, I brought with me copies of the chart to hand out to everybody on the CAFRA committee. Please let me know if you have any comments on the chart. It contains such goals as implementation of the Pathways Resolution and construction of an excellent master plan. Oh, yes, thank you. You want some more? Plus many others, such as expanding the ASAP program. If you've heard of the ASAP program, that's the Accelerated Study of Associate Programs, and that has been doing incredibly well at increasing graduation rates for associate degree students. So we want to expand that. And also a new plan with the New York City Department of Education to assess 11th grade students' college preparedness and then get them any assistance they need to become college ready while they're still in high school, as opposed to coming to Cuny and then doing remedial courses. So we'll appreciate any feedback you have on our goals chart. And unless there are any questions, that concludes my report.
When you mentioned the enrollment decline, what is the...
It's in graduates.
Yeah.
In graduate students, it's a few hundred students.
Oh.
It's not huge.
Okay.
And it's much smaller than the increase in the undergraduate students. I guess that's it.
Okay. Thank you for the report. Are there any questions? If not, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Yes. Yes. I need, you're going to do a filibuster, is that it? You're going to...